And I flew American Airlines and like no serious delays, no lost bags.
Wow.
I mean, it was, it was just the people. The people always screw things up.
I'm knocking on wood because between the next handful of days, I've got a flight to Sacramento, Santa Barbara, Vegas, and Dallas. And it's all crunched together to make my little sister's wedding, the Dallas game, and we're going to see how it goes. I don't have a lot of confidence that things are going to go smooth sailing, considering I've already got a notification from Southwest that they're having some issues in Dallas, Texas. But I'm hoping that it goes as easy as it did for you these last couple days. I'm kind of surprised.
You fly out tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
I'm trying to get on a standby flight. We'll see if that ends up working out or not. Never know. Never know with these things.
What's Your Beef Wednesday? Brought to you by our buddies at Richards Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Score big this weekend. Get everything you need for the tailgate and the smoker. They got bundles and ready-to-cook chicken wings, shop-made sausages, gourmet burgers, jalapeno poppers, even loaded bratwurst as well. So get game day ready at Richards Country Meat Market. They're they're just off one block off College on Rolling Hills Drive. Easy to find. 479-443-0000 to place your order at Richards Country Meat Market.
Connor's athletic as well as Marcel. Probably not a tremendous amount of difference in how we'll prepare for that game.
Come this weekend, it's going to be an even different feeling when I can actually grasp the trophy and not just see it in a trophy case, man. It's enough motivation already that this will be the last time we play in this stadium. So that's my motivation going into this week, and I want that trophy.
Mr. Green?
Yeah.
I think you're the best ever. Want my Coke? It's okay. You can have it.
And then Benintendi sends it through the hole, and the Sox take their first lead of the night, 3-2 in this 8th inning.
It's time for the opening drive.
All right, a couple highlights there. Sam Pittman talking about two quarterbacks that you might have to face this weekend, and Marcel Reed and Connor Wigman. Connor Wigman played for Bobby Petrino last year, so curious what added edge he could give Coach Travis Williams after a great defensive performance in Auburn. You heard Cam Ball, who was on the team in 2021 that won, but Tommy, he was a true freshman, so he didn't make the trip, so he didn't get to experience that in Dallas. He's been the last couple years, but has not got to hold that trophy, as he said. It's Mean Joe Green's birthday.
Really?
And then I guess he's bad on my part. He's born in 1946. There isn't an end date. I just see the birthday, so I'm assuming that he's still alive. If they would put his birthday down, that's reasonable for me
I don't
to
remember Mean Joe Green
passing away. Okay, but in 1946 he was born, and for the first time, I would,
like you said, if it's not on there, then I'm sure you did your research. I'm sure you spent 20 or 30 minutes looking.
I know you're surprised by that, but I did not.
He did no research.
It said Mean Joe Green, and I immediately went to the Coke commercial.
Just wrote it down.
Don't
even know if it really is his birthday today.
It is his birthday. I do know that. Oh, and by the way, for the first time all season, the Chicago White Sox, after trailing past the 7th inning, won a baseball game. Andrew Benintendi hit the game-winning hit. They win 3-2. I know everyone is fascinated by the Chicago White Sox. I wanted to add that story in there this morning.
All right, that's your opening drive brought to you today by our friends at Rath Auto Resources.
Yes, whether it's Larry Rath up here in the River Valley or David Rath up north in Springdale, you can stop by and see both of them for the rest of this month. There's only a handful of days left, I guess through next Monday, during doing state sales tax paid when you trade. So there's no rules or regulations. You just got to bring a vehicle. I know we all hate the revenue office. It's not to bash our revenue office listeners, because I know there's some of them, but it's not a great place, right? You go in, it's not as bad as prison, but it's pretty bad. Nothing good happens. So when you go in next time, if you stop by Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith or Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, the good thing is you're going to have a check with you if you bought a vehicle from David or Larry and you traded one with you. Again, through the end of the month, take advantage of it. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. You can check them both online as well. I know Larry and them had a good time at the car show this weekend here in Chaffee Crossing. So, do you want to talk about the Mall of America? Do you want to talk about Hugh Freeze? Do you want to talk about the
What a
UNLV.
bozo Hugh Freeze is.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna.
Do we have the actual? I've read the quote.
Have you not heard the audio?
I have not heard the audio.
All right, I know we have it somewhere. There it is.
I mean, no offense whatsoever to Arkansas or to Cal. I love Sam Pittman. I hope he wins the rest of his games. But I'm telling you, the hard truth is we play them 9 more times, we beat them 9 times. And that's what's hard to take.
Listen,
what a clown. Now he's talking to his team.
Yeah.
He's talking to his fans, and I get that. But we know, Auburn is not a great football team. And I'm not saying Arkansas is. I think Arkansas's got a chance to be a good football team. But to sit there and say that is just, it's beyond belief. I understand why he said it, but he can't be convicted and really believe that.
When I heard that, I thought about the 5 years under Sam Pittman. I said, what is the worst thing Coach Pittman has said? The I don't know comment has been brought up many a times. And that's probably, to his detriment, the worst thing he's ever said. But I went through, because I listen to every post game. I listen to him with Chuck. I listen to every post game interview that he does with the media after. There wasn't a time that I remember in the last 5 years that he was openly just ripping. Because all that is just ripping another opponent by giving credit to your team, which your team doesn't deserve credit. They're one of the worst offenses in the country in turnovers. You haven't figured out your quarterback situation. But the reason Sam Pittman is so liked around his peers is because he gives respect. Like he was talking about Elko this week. He was like, I don't necessarily know him well. I know he's an Ivy League guy. Even if he doesn't know the guy, he's given credit. And I know Freeze went on to say, I hope Sam Pittman wins the rest of this game, blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't disqualify when you say, like, the beginning of that statement and the end, it doesn't disqualify what you finish it out with at all.
It's just factually not accurate.
No.
Number 2, it doesn't matter. You can say it. You're not going to play Arkansas 9 more times. The reality is, in today's transfer portal world, rarely will two actual teams play each other twice that are mostly intact like we've come to know in college sports. Because the turnover is so high anymore. But that's him talking to his team. That's him talking to his fans, trying to make them feel better. Because whether we like it or not, and I don't like it, when Arkansas beats one of these programs that believes they're one of the upper crust of this league, and Auburn thinks that, even though it's not true, it's like when Arkansas loses to Vanderbilt. It's a low of a low.
Yeah.
It's like when you lost to Mississippi State back in the day. They've been a much better program since. That's how Arkansas is viewed by other teams. So that's why he's saying what he's saying. I don't know what everybody. I've been out of states. I don't know what everyone else has thought about this.
Oh, Auburn
here on our. Well, just here on our air in our station. But when I heard that, I just laughed. First of all, I read it. Just now heard it. But when I read that for the first time a day or two ago, I just laughed. I'm like, you clown.
I thought
you're such a clown.
I, like you, kind of thought it was a fake quote. And
right. I wanted to actually hear the audio.
And our buddy Pat Smith, who does midday radio in Birmingham, sent it to me that night because, again, I thought it was a joke. And he's like, well, your show's made for tomorrow. And I was like, yep, that's pretty much what we're going to talk about. So
of all the days I miss
out
on assignment.
That was a good day. So did you do anything entertaining? Did you have fun? Or was it all work?
Well, listen, we flew up on Sunday, met all day Monday, met yesterday, and then flew back home. So, this was a real business trip. But we did go eat a Juicy Lucy, which I guess is
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what it is? It's a cheese stuffed burger, and there's 2 places that have a rivalry about who actually created it.
Okay.
50 years, 70 years ago or whatever. So we went to the 5-8 Club and had a Juicy Lucy and spent about 3 hours at the Mall of America, and that was the rest of the time was work.
Did you go on the roller coaster?
Did not.
Okay. Did that back in the day. It was pretty
cool. Did not. First time in there, I don't even know how much of the mall I saw. Everything I saw was overpriced. And, even the ladies in the group that traveled with us, they were like, it's time to go.
I'm not buying anything here. Okay.
So,
well, at least you got to take it in. Players will get a chance to take in Jerry World this weekend, which is still 20 years old, whatever it is. It's still one of the premier.
How long ago was that built? Because I know you played the Cotton Bowl there with Petrino, so that'd have been 11, and it was a few years old then. You started that A&M series. Gosh, this thing has got to be 18 to 20 years.
talking about it earlier. I was listening to the Chuck and Bo show. It's wild because in my lifetime, this is a rivalry because we don't win it. But in Clay's lifetime,
but before they joined the SEC, we owned them in this series.
It was 3 straight wins: 09, 010, 2011, and then once that thing went to Kyle Field, you got bashed. You came back to Fayetteville, you lost by 12, and then you ran from 14 to 20. You lost every one of them. Every one of them. Pittman and Bertrino are the only ones to win in the last 2 decades. He was kind of joking about. They were joking about
and
that.
They've been painful losses.
Oh my gosh! I can tell you everything that happened.
Please don't.
In this game from 2014 to this past year, I can tell you every single fourth quarter moment that we screwed up and lost the football game. It's been horrendous. Either way, you got a chance to go out on a high note this Saturday. You mentioned earlier in the program 2:30. You've had ESPN 2:30. Yep. ESPN 2:30, ABC or ESPN next week, Tennessee, in your home stadium. All you got to do is win. And Coach Corso, Herbstreit, all those guys are coming next week. That's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is being on ABC and having the biggest marquee game of this network this next weekend. But all the attention you could get, it's there for the taking.
Yep.
Just go beat an Aggie team that, by the way, you'd be a pick'em game in a neutral site. Which I say this is a neutral site game. Technically, they're a 3-point favorite. It's close. You should win this football game. I honestly hope. I don't know how you feel. I hope they play Marcell Reed over Wigman because I think
they're both athletic.
Yeah, but
Coach talked about that.
He did mention that a little bit. Here was the differences again between the two players. Here's what he said. I'll restate it.
Oh, probably not a whole lot. Connor's athletic as well as Marcell. Probably not a tremendous amount of difference in how we'll prepare for that game.
I think this is just my opinion. You got to prepare for both. Like T-Will's got to prepare for both. But if you have the choice to go up against, I think, a better passer in Wigman versus Reed, whose Arkansas streak is stopping the run, I think you take Reed. I think you want to go up against Reed. That might not be how it plays out, but I think that's who you want to at least play on Saturday. We'll see who they end up starting for Coach Elko's team come 2:30.
Did y'all do the Pradco Pyramid of Power yesterday? I didn't send you anything in. So
what we have.
Who was one?
I think he went Georgia. He actually put Alabama above Tennessee, which I was surprised at, if I remember that correctly.
Tennessee, I thought, had a strong road win at Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I watched a lot of that game. I'm impressed with Tennessee.
Hold on. He went Georgia, Texas.
Put Georgia above Texas in an off week. Okay.
I've got it written down somewhere.
I'd have had Texas 1, Georgia 2. I mean, bye week, Alabama 3. That'll settle itself. I know Tennessee impressed me, but Alabama and Georgia were both off, so you can't really slide them down. I'd had Tennessee at 4. So, but OU looked. Oh, I think their quarterback situation is interesting as well with Hawk. I know, but with Hawkins going in as their starter. So I think that's an interesting situation.
You talk about a terrible quarterback matchup. I don't care who Auburn plays this week. I mean, Hawkins versus Thorne or the freshman, the redshirt freshman that thought he was going to dominate Arkansas. Oh, by the way, Hank Brown, you threw 3 picks in the first half, you bum. I mean, good grief. Some of these kids, man.
Well, and I've got a thought on that. Yesterday was the Pradco Pyramid of Power. We'll do it again next week. Hey, the weather is so much nicer today than it was like 48 hours ago. Get that Bobby Garland baby shad, get out and do some fishing on the river or maybe your favorite lake. They make them by the millions in their Arkansas plant. The baby shad is without a doubt the #1 soft plastic crappie lure in the U.S. Find it at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. It's the Bobby Garland baby shad. Coach spoke to this on Monday. That maybe teams are just starting to come together. Protections are just starting to come together. You got so many transfer players. And I've heard other coaches speak on this. Is it just going to take teams longer to gel, come together, play at a high level? Because you have such a new team, and it takes time for that chemistry. There's just not enough time in practice and reps and camp and film room and all these places to move 11 guys as one, to borrow the phrase. But I think what we're seeing is the interceptions. Arkansas's interceptions in many cases have been due to protection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably more than half of the interceptions thrown because I can think of 3 right now where he's been hit, and I think we saw that with Auburn, and I think they've just got problems at quarterback, but they've got issues. Saw it with Oklahoma this weekend. I think it's just when you have transfer portal players, transfer quarterbacks, transfer linemen, transfer receivers, we're not going to see a high level of play week 1, week 0, 1, 2, 3. And I think we're, maybe this week you start moving into a little higher level of play with some teams.
And they've got a new coaching staff similar to
add that into the mix.
What Arkansas does. Curious to see what happens about it. Keith's called in this morning. Keith, you're on the Morning Rush, man. What's up?
Hey, guys. Just want to say good morning to you. I wasn't going to call in. I called a few days ago. You guys may be getting tired of my voice, but I had to get
glad
on
you
and
called,
say
Keith.
this. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. I got to do the what's got me fired up today, and then I'm going to move into this A&M game.
What's your beef here on this What's Your Beef Wednesday?
My beef is Hugh Freeze running his mouth after he got dog whipped. And I know the game was sloppy, but for him to talk about that, and I'm going to go bigger picture, I'm going to go in air quotations, it just means more. Brother, you're at Auburn, all right? You ain't at some little middle of the road MAC school. I mean, you are at one of the, blue bloods of the SEC. And for him to run his mouth, it obviously is embarrassing. But he's embarrassing his school, and I almost felt.
What's he going to say the next 2 weeks? He's going to get beat by Oklahoma, then he's going to get beat by Georgia. So what are you going to say the next 2 weeks, Keith? What's Hugh Freeze going to come up with then?
He might be saying, "Can I go back to Liberty because they're going to run him out of the Plains?" And I'm telling you, what they've done up there, and I don't want to say I wish anybody success in the SEC, but Arkansas, because I want Arkansas to beat everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But, having gone through some train wrecks every now and then on our side of the world, and I thought Ty brought up a good point. I know Sam is not Bill Belichick. We get that. But that was a very good point he said about not embarrassing our school. And that meant a lot to me. So, and I thought about that. Yeah, I thought, I hadn't ever thought of it like that. He's dang right. But I'm going to tell you, Hugh Freeze, you're a loser. You got your butt beat. You had no answer for Jaquinta Jackson, who's the leading SEC rusher right now. Thank you.
Dog.
Taylor Green got his, feet back under him. And the only thing I want to say about going to Saturday, and then I'll shut it down, but on Saturday, I agree with y'all. I don't want to see Wegman out there playing. We have to – I feel like our bread and butter is stopping the run, is running down that alley, is bringing somebody down in the box. I don't really feel comfortable about this. They're going to use that GT. They're going to run that power at us. They're going to play action that power, dump it off, run those counter plays that Kansas State's all big on. Back when the OC was there.
Keith, I got you. Thanks for the call. We're up against it, but it's not going to be easy. Hey, brought to you by Farm Credit. If you're looking, find a financing expert that can help you spruce up your existing home or even build a brand new one. You can trust the experts at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas to help you choose the right options for you. Go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com for Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com. $11,000 off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to $7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to $6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Nothing says summer fun like fishing with a Thill Bobber with the family. America's favorite floats by Thill are available in a variety of sizes and colors. These premium balsa wood floats are made by the thousands at Pradco in Fort Smith, Arkansas. They are great at detecting the slightest bites by fish and work great in tandem with crickets and redworms. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle shops everywhere. America's favorite floats by Thill.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients better lives with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, now offering same-day crown service. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in-office accelerated whitening. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Li-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
The Study basketball training has moved to the Hangout in Fort Smith. With basketball training classes from kindergarten through high school, there is a spot for your athlete. Depending on your skill set and training needs, the Study offers 3 class options: fundamentals, advanced, and 94 feet. You can also work on your explosiveness with Vertimax training or perfect your shot on the Dr. Dish machine. The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thestudyhoops.com for more details. Fitness, sports, and now the Study basketball training. Let's hang out.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your #1 source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching.
Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Got a chance to play or listen to some players' audio last night as Taylon Green, Amarian Harris. You also heard from a couple defensive players as well in Steven Dix and Cam Ball. And one of the things I thought was kind of cool is when Taylon Green talked about JaQuindon Jackson and him being in the backfield together. Take a listen.
He has quarterback experience. He understands, what my thought process is and what I'm going through and just my reads and all that different stuff. And just the presence of him helping me, whether it's my, fundamentals, my footwork, or just being that presence, helping me with, pass pro or, making the point, stuff like that. It means a lot.
Remember, JaQuindon Jackson was like the number 3 or 4 dual-ranked quarterback coming out of high school, started his career at Texas, ended up in Salt Lake City, and now is here in Fayetteville. Kind of cool. Tommy, we still haven't seen a halfback pass yet. Still waiting on it. I know that JaQuindon's joked about being able to pass a little bit. Still haven't seen it yet. We saw a flea flicker last game, but not a halfback pass.
Well, throwback to old number 5, old D-Mac, throwing it from the backfield. So, will we see some direct snap? Would you see some wild hog, wildcat type packages with him? He's got to demonstrate. I think so far you've been able to get through the games you've had without those type of wrinkles. So save those for games where a play like that maybe makes the difference.
They nearly had, actually, they surpassed 200 rushing yards against Auburn. You take away the sack rush yards, it's like 183 or whatever. That was pretty good because we wondered, it's like, hey, can you run the ball? Now, passing was an issue last game, and I don't know if you were worried, Tom, when Andrew Armstrong got rocked by Champ Anthony, that one of the initial plays, I'm thinking, who the heck are they going to throw the ball to? Luckily, he got up. Unfortunately, it was a non-contact for Anthony, and he was out for the game, but I know that was a scary situation for Bobby Petrino because they lose Armstrong for any reason. I don't know who Taylon's going to throw the ball to.
That was scary. That was a hard hit, legal hit, but that was as hard a legal hit without targeting called. And I was honestly surprised as violent as that contact was, there wasn't a flag down. It was, and when you looked at the replay, he led with the shoulder, hit him in the chest. How many times have you seen a hit that hard that was shoulder first, not in the head of the opponent?
Where they don't see many. And where you said where they don't throw the flag. It was on the Arkansas.
Normally because it's so violent, flag's thrown anyway, then replay cleans it up.
Pull it back, yeah.
Yeah, and that play was, because when I looked at it, I'm like, where's the flag? Where's the flag? Then you looked at the replay and, pretty obvious. That was just a hard hit, and I was worried he wouldn't be back for the day.
Yeah. What did you think about the announcement the SEC made on Monday that the Arkansas game will be at night? Regardless, it's going to be on ESPN or ABC. You're hoping for ABC because that means you've won this weekend. That's a pretty good setup for these last few weeks for Arkansas.
Well, I think it tells you they really think Tennessee is good and Tennessee's a draw, and I think winning that Auburn game helps Arkansas's case, but I think it's a lot about Tennessee at this case, who
Tennessee's elite. That is a good football team. You're going to have to play the best game of the season.
Playoff team. Mm-hmm. It's a playoff team, and so I think it says a lot about that. But I think Arkansas is a team that you look at where they've been on TV so far. ABC in the Oklahoma State game, they had a nationally televised ESPN U game against UAPB.
Mm-hmm.
The TV draws you've had so far with ESPN and ABC have really been good to this point.
That's your Hog Update.
And I thought, hang on, I thought the league hated Arkansas, though. How is this happening? How is this happening if the league hates Arkansas? Ty, please explain.
Well, you got one home game in 5 games, so they can't hate them in every single form and fashion, but we don't have to digress and dive off into that.
I thought the league hated Arkansas. That's why you never got any breaks.
Well, you got, again, one home game for 5 games, so didn't exactly get a break there.
Who did that to themselves?
Well, the SEC divvied out that schedule. Arkansas did half of it. The SEC did half the other half of the schedule. All right, that's your Hog Updates, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
And since I wasn't here Monday to ask this question, I'm sure you brought it up. Did you make reference to the fact that Arkansas got every officiating break you could possibly get?
Big C.
Every possible break.
Please help me out on this.
Yeah.
Turn your program on.
Turn your mic on, buddy.
Program.
There you go.
There
you go.
Please help me.
Yes.
Yeah, you got every break possible.
I said that was like the first thing I said on the show.
Every replay
Jordan, that has never happened in Jordan-Hare Stadium where you walked away. Even the win 2 years ago, you got hosed on one of the initial calls.
I was surprised the line judge saw that Jaquindon Jackson crossed the line in real time.
But wait, I thought these were SEC officials that sucked. That couldn't get anything right.
First time since 92 that you've gotten the majority.
They hated Arkansas.
That is the first time in 30-plus years
confused.
that you've walked into Jordan-Hare Stadium and gotten the benefit of the doubt from the Zebras. And anyone that disagrees with that is a moron. But I did. I swear I did it. I did it Monday. I did it yesterday. It's the first time that I've been proud of SEC officials in 29 years of existing. First time I've been proud.
And they, the calls when you looked at them under replay, they were just, they got them. They got the result right.
Metcalf didn't have that second. That didn't look like a pick to me.
I think he got it.
I didn't.
I agree, but was there enough video evidence to overturn it?
And again,
if that had been called incomplete on the field, it is still.
And I don't think
whatever the call on the field was going to stand.
If Jaquindon said he stopped short, I don't think they would have ruled that and overturned it to a touchdown. So benefit of the doubt. I said it yesterday. And I said on Monday. I was shocked.
Mason in Arkadelphia says I need to go back. I wasn't on vacation, Mason, but says I need to go back because I just want to fight. I'm just having some fun here. Hey, brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands, the best prices, Grand Design, Forest River, and Brinkley. They're bringing the Brinkley Model Zs to Fort Smith coming up early 2025. And looking forward to telling you more about that. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
All right, the Morning Rush Daily Question hasn't been the same without you the last 2 days, so I expect
it's been good or has it sucked?
No, it's been awful. It's been terrible.
Sucked, huh?
It's been terrible.
Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com. $11,000 off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to $7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to $6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sportsbook in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Touchdown, Arkansas!
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jim. They have several locations in the Arkansas area, but I specifically want to talk to you about Jim Mart number 10. Great deli. My goodness. Great lunch, great dinner. But have you had the breakfast yet? It's the best in town. And they have that convenient drive-through window. So when you're heading north or south on 540, take exit number 6 for Jim Mart number 10. 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith. Jim, the leading gas station and convenience store in the area.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown bar district.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown bar district.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
Looking to boost your health and feel your best? Elite Wellness and Aesthetics in Fort Smith is here to help. Starting at only $200 a month, semaglutide and tirzepatide are weight loss shots that can kickstart your journey to a healthier, more confident you. And with Elite's hormone therapy treatments, you can restore balance, energy, and vitality. Take control of your health today with Elite Wellness and Aesthetics. 479-242-9355 to schedule your appointment or visit fortsmithelite.com. Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, getting to know you inside and out.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for over 46 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Now, you can get custom laser engraving on select gift items and some Bibles. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844.
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% on the 2024 Buick Encore GX. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
Attention restaurant owners, managers, food service directors, and anyone getting ready to open a new restaurant soon. Don't miss Tankersley's Foods 80th Anniversary 2024 Fall Food Show on Wednesday, October the 2nd at the Fort Smith Convention Center. See, taste, and try items available for your menu starting at 9 a.m. Expand your knowledge with educational seminars starting at 8 a.m. It's the 80th Anniversary 2024 Fall Food Show, Wednesday, October 2nd at the Fort Smith Convention Center. Go to tankersleyfoods.com for details.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Time for the Cartpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at cartpatsocial.com. Cartpath Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun.
All right, Morning Rush Daily Question. I want to go back to something Sam Pittman said on Monday when he brought up the schedule, and he has belabored the point of only having one game in Fayetteville over the last 5 weeks, but he brought it up in context to excitement about this year's team. Here's what he said.
To be honest with you, with Little Rock and with Dallas, we're playing one game out of the first 5 at home, and Auburn's going to play 5 in a row at home. And I'm excited if they don't have an opportunity to see the Hogs, and this will give an opportunity, at least one more every other year to have a home game.
Now, do you feel that way? Are you less excited because they haven't played in Fayetteville? Does that temper your excitement about this team? Because yes, there were 76,000 there for the UAB game, but I haven't met anyone that I feel like, man, they're not bought in. They're less excited because they haven't played more at home.
I think you haven't seen him since week 3 in Fayetteville, and only one of you. I know we belabored the point, like you said, of one of the first 5 games in Fayetteville. So to me, I've always thought this, like, not starvation, but like lengthier of times, you get more excited. Now they're good. And if they come back 4-1, hand up, they were going to go 4-1 in this stretch. And if they do, next week is going to be insane.
And I've said from the summer they had to be 3-1 after 4 games.
You
and
called it.
They had to split. Well, I didn't call it. I mean, it didn't take a genius to figure out you needed to be at 3-1 to have a chance to make a bowl game. You had to win one of those 2 games on the road. They did that. You really see that you could have been, maybe should have been 4-0 at this point. I've never thought or felt like A&M was going to be one of the most was a game that was winnable in comparison to others on your schedule. But, they have presented themselves as a beatable team. I think they're a better team than Arkansas, but I'm not less excited. That's the question. Are you more or less excited because the team hasn't played at home? And I'm with you. I don't think my excitement level has subsided any, and I may be even more excited for the next home game, particularly if they win this week.
Nate says the Hogs are better on the road, so he doesn't care. Sasquatch says no, but it's dumb to play away from home. And Andy in Mountain Home chimes in, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Well, they haven't chosen to play away from home. They'd like to have Auburn set up with 5 in a row, but I don't think 5 in a row at home is good for you either, because what's that mean on the back end of your schedule?
It's horrible.
Well, yeah, it means you're going to be on the road a lot. So there's a balance to it. I agree that it's imbalanced, but, Arkansas chose to play at Little Rock.
I don't know if we'll ever see what we saw in 2010 when the number 1 of the team, Alabama, came in here, and Greg McElroy said it's the loudest place he's ever played. Capacity-wise, you have a chance to do more than that. Tennessee will be top 5 in the country heading in there next week.
You win this week, and you'll have standing room only tickets that are in demand.
The networks, ESPN has told you, we are giving you the marquee game of the weekend. All you have to do is beat Texas A&M, who, by the way, this might be the worst Texas A&M team since they joined the Southeastern Conference in Mike Elko's year 1. I don't know where Arkansas is in terms of the last decade and a half in terms of where they're at as a team, but it's not the worst. Like, you have an opportunity here. You're Sandpit. You squandered one in Stillwater. You should have won that game. We all know that. Don't squander this. For fans to be as frustrated as they are, and I am with you. I like how this happened. You know how it happened, but the fact that it still happened, 1 home game in the first 5 is atrocious. But you come out, all that is subsided because you're 4-1 against a top 5 team in the country this next week, and you feel like, hey, the entire college football is watching what's going to happen in Fayetteville, Arkansas, in a quarterback we trust, in an offensive line that we're probably way farther ahead than we were last year, in an offensive coordinator that's back home. There is a lot of good juju that could take place in Fayetteville, Arkansas next week. You got to throw out the bad juju you've had in Dallas, Texas this last decade and a half. I say decade and a half. Yeah, it's been about that. And hopefully they do.
All right.
No, it has not. Your question, it has not subsided. Based on our text, it doesn't seem to subside.
I just don't agree with Coach on that one. I wanted to see what you guys thought. That's your Morning Rush Daily Question, and it's brought to you by our buddies up at Cart Path Social.
Yes, they have a couple of giveaways. If you follow them on social media at Cart Path Social, they're doing a big watch party, NWA Championship. Come check that out, giving away day passes. Make sure you follow them on social media. Christian and Nate really trying to promote that, help out their friends at Pinnacle Country Club for the Walmart-sponsored event this weekend. Come by and see them in Lowell. If you can't make it this week, if you can't make it this weekend, it's
782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% on the 2024 Buick Encore GX. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is The Morning Rush.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Summer is here and adventure is calling. Visit Southern Tire Mart for a new set of Yokohama tires to get your vehicle ready for summer travels. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let Southern Tire Mart ensure your vehicle is ready for the open road. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howell in Van Buren.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with the exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. There's only a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm across the south. High temperatures today, mid to upper 70s. Clear skies, mid to upper 50s overnight. And then a few rain showers possible on Thursday, a high in the mid to upper 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
It is back home. I actually played there in high school. I played against JJ. He won that game. We're not going to talk about that. It means a lot, just being in front of fans and friends, being back in Dallas. I used to watch Kyler Murray, in that stadium, and now I'm playing in that stadium. It's kind of a cool deal and a 360 moment, so I'm excited, blessed for the opportunity.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And Tommy Kraft.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this now?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those.
I really love listening to Taylor Green. Before the media session ended last night, he wanted to give a special shout out to his teammates.
I want to shout out my O-line because it was super hot in Auburn and how they finished the game with the runs. A lot of people, would call timeout and stuff, but they finished. And shout out to the tight ends because they finished too, and the running backs and the receivers because all 11.
You heard one of his teammates, an offensive lineman, Amarion Harris, standing there next to him, chat a little bit as well. Tommy, it was pretty hot in Auburn last week.
Oh yeah,
it was not warm, and the guys are on the field. It's even hotter, but they got the win, and we'll see what happens in an air-conditioned environment, I guess, and
climate control
in AT&T Stadium this weekend.
Yeah, sometimes that sun can come through that one end. There's been plenty of games down there where daytime games and the sun gets in the sight line of quarterbacks or receivers too. So just because you're indoors doesn't mean that the sun can't play a factor. It's What's Your Beef Wednesday. It's brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. They got tailgate and smoker bundles ready for this weekend, ready to cook chicken wings, shop-made sausages, gourmet burgers, jalapeno poppers, and loaded bratwurst, all ready for game day, plus all the sides that you need to go along with it as well. They got their bean dip, their sausage mac and cheese, their world-famous potato salad, their garlic scallop potatoes, and green bean casserole all ready to go. 479-443-0000. Be the MVP of your watch party with Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville, one block east of College and Rolling Hills Drive.
Make my mouth water just talking about that.
Hungry.
Probably RD is too as he joins us via the hotline. Richard, we'll start with recruiting aspect, and we'll get more into this game. We heard Talon talk about one of the reasons he committed and signed with Arkansas is the chance to play in Jerry World. It's not just a Texas kids thing. When you talk to recruits, how big of a tool is it that they get to play in Jerry World? I know it's the final year, but what has that been like these last few years?
I'll be honest with you, it's never really brought up. I think maybe initially when they signed and they started playing there the first few years, it might have been something that kind of was attractive to be able to sell a kid. But now I think because the newness is worn off, it just hasn't been brought up. In the back of your mind, if you're a kid and like Talon, to be able to go back home and play in Cowboy Stadium, I could see where that's attractive. But I don't know if that was a huge deal, but maybe a bonus point for Arkansas. But I mean, obviously he would know more than I would about that. But I just tend to think offensively and chance to play under Coach Petrino and learn from him and play in the SEC probably was the biggest decision for him to be a Razorback. But being able to play in Cowboy Stadium was obviously a bonus.
Richard, let's stay on Talon for a sec. First time all season, last game he goes out. Apparently his cramps. We see Malachi Singleton for 3 plays. Talon's back in there. He took some hits last game. I mean, helicopter, taekwondo kick. I know he was getting joshed at by his teammates about that. If you're Bobby Petrino, are you a little nervous how beat up your quarterback's taken first 4 games?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Just the amount of beating he's taken. 4 games, rushed a lot, and especially in this Auburn game where he took some pretty big hits.
Yeah, I'm sure when he was trying to hurdle, he was thinking the guy was going to stay low. So it was something like that. You see that, and you go, oh man, whenever you see your most valuable player. I mean, let's face it. I mean, he can be a little inconsistent with his passing, but he's the playmaker of the offense, and he's what makes it go. When you see him do something like that, you hold your breath. I'm sure they've talked to him about being smart, about when to take a hit and when not to. And you've seen him slide a few times, and but at the same time, if it's late in the game and you're needing that first down, and you have to lower that shoulder to get that first down, and I think that's something that you just got to deal with and hope that he doesn't get hurt. But that's I think that's the biggest thing with quarterbacks. Quarterbacks is when to be aggressive and be physical, and when not to, and be smart. There's a fine line there, and I think, like I said, I think when you need a crucial first down on a drive or something like that, that's when you maybe give yourself up physically.
Yeah, Coach talked about that on Monday. They don't want to restrict him, but they want him to be safe all at the same time. And I'll be honest, a 6'6", 6'7" guy probably not going to be able to hurdle many defenders in an SEC game.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and that wasn't a hurdle. I thought that was like Mr. Miyagi had taught him to do a karate kick, chest kick or something.
Yeah.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah. When I saw that, I mean, I thought, man, put what was that old song, Kung Fu Fighting, in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that would have been good.
Campbell, I don't know if you heard last night, Richard. Campbell was making fun of Taylor, and he was like, "Man, he can't really jump that high. I need to teach him a thing or two." And they were having some fun. I think Cam's like 300+ pounds on the defensive line, but they were definitely joshing on that. Who do we see on Saturday? Marcel Reed or Connor Wigman? Who's A&M roll with in this game at AT&T Stadium?
That's a good question. I mean, supposedly it sounds like Reed, but I don't know. I think that I think Coach Pittman kind of said it right. I mean, will it make a difference? Yes, some maybe, but as far as their preparation, but I just tend to think that you just prepare for both and go with it. Each one has different strengths, but that's a good question. I don't have a good answer. When does the injury report come out? Wednesday or Thursday?
It's not till tomorrow, which I was surprised at.
I thought it was always on Wednesday, the initial report. Then maybe you've read something I haven't.
Wonder, go ahead. I was just gonna say, can you fudge that a little bit? I mean, I'm sure there's
supposedly fines. What, $50,000 fines if they lie?
Yeah,
now
pretty heavy.
Now what's a lie? That.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the definition of is?
Well, you could put questionable and know that he can play, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you're supposed to put probable if you're an honest feller.
Well, Well, I mean, but come on, we see guys faking injuries. Coaches are not real good about being ethical, especially when it comes to the possibility of winning and losing. So,
question is, when you list someone as out and then they play, what's going to happen?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's
hammer.
That's well, I mean, can you on Friday say, "Oh my gosh, he responded to treatment and he's probable now."
Benny Hinn was in here. He is healed. You know.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a. I'd really like to. I don't know. I'd really like to hear somebody from the SEC office really have to address that and all the possibilities that could happen to where a coach could try to do a little fudging there.
Well, as you know, let me put on my associate commissioner hat. I just got hired by Greg Sankey. I'm the new associate commissioner in charge. A lot. I mean, a whole lot.
More than you should be paid.
A whole lot more than I'm worth. But I just got put in charge of this very project as the associate commissioner for hot dogs and hot dogs, beverages in the concession stands, and injury reports.
Price it down.
And the answer to your question, Richard, is it will depend on which school fudges on the injury report.
There we go.
If it's Georgia or Alabama, we're probably not going to do anything.
Then Arkansas gets punished.
If it's Kentucky, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, we're probably going to bring the hammer down.
And it's sad, but that hey, I think most people believe that.
Yeah.
So
I just took a page out of Ty's book because that's how Ty would answer it if he'd have got
Well,
the
it's
job.
just true. I speak truths here now every day from 9 to 11.
Hey, RD, how fun's it been to watch Braylon Russell come to his own as a true freshman? We both got to watch him at Benton, great running back there. But then to watch him, early in his college career, starting to have a real impact on this team. That I'm sure for you, that's a lot of fun for a kid you followed.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've kind of compared him to Roderick Green. Yeah, but I'll tell you, I mean, just that one run on Saturday where he basically drugged those guys 4 or 5 yards. I mean, to me, he showed more physicality than Broderick Green right there. Broderick, I mean, I thought he was a good running back, but I didn't think he was as physical as he should have been at 250 pounds. And I thought Braylon, as a freshman, really showed, what things to come. And I can imagine after a couple more years of, in the weight room, how more physical that he'll be. So it's going to be fun to watch him, not only this year, but in the next couple of years afterwards, and where he is obviously very, very strong now, but it's going to be even stronger in the future.
Week 4 of the high school season, conference play getting underway in most of the states, most of the state and most conferences. There's a few that have already begun, but anyone stood out to you? Any future, Braylon's out there that you're following that's caught your eye so far this season that's having a good year?
There's a few that I'm kind of keeping an eye on, but none right now ready to say, that this is the guy that, maybe a D1 school needs to take a look at. But there's a few that I'm keeping an eye on.
game with Tennessee. We know that at this point.
And when night game against LSU.
Yeah.
And then we
that's
got a
right,
flex game. It's a flex game with the only 11 a.m. game is Texas.
Yeah. But for high quality, and you still got the Louisiana Tech game too. I like it because it's going to be cooler for all those games. No one's going to come here and just roast in September 15th or whatever. I mean, it was hot in Auburn last week, right?
Yes.
I mean, to some that means something. I mean, to others it doesn't. I mean, the more comfortable you are, the more inviting, the better mood you're in. Just all that. So, I mean, yeah, I don't like it. But the fact that Arkansas is 3-1, the fact that they can have the chance to go 4-1, they'll have a pretty good representation, I would imagine, for that Tennessee game, particularly when you got all day to get kids here.
I would think so.
Hey, brought to you by the Fence Man. 782-3936 is their number. They're looking to add to their team. Sean was in here last week and told us, hey, we've got plenty of work, got more work we can handle right now, and we want to, we want to add to the team. They have a great work environment, plenty of work for you to do, great pay, great tools, and great setup for you to do the job. And I think you're really going to like it. 782-3936 is the number, or apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith.
All right, so coming up, we've got our SEC update. We're going to get into some more of the SEC games this week. A big game for Kalen DeBoer, his first massive game in Tuscaloosa, Alabama against Kirby Smart and the visiting Georgia Bulldogs. Not the only big game of the weekend. Really, I mean, it sets the tone, I think, for the Southeastern Conference and what could shape up for the SEC championship in Atlanta, Georgia. You still got a Texas and Georgia game later on this season, a Georgia-Ole Miss game, but this is a matchup for the first time in 5 weeks that you have two top 5 SEC teams going at it. So we'll see what happens in Bryant-Denny this weekend.
Yeah. All right, you mentioned earlier you got to catch a flight. You're going to Cali, back to Texas. I mean, you're jet setting this weekend, going to another wedding, right? Your sister's wedding?
Yes. Little sis getting hitched.
You got the suit ready? What do you got for the fit?
I do have the suit ready.
I know some things. How's your fit for this weekend?
It looks great. Thank you, Gail Rainwater. I actually stopped by and saw Gail yesterday. We were chatting a little bit. I think there's sometimes a misconception about Rainwaters that it's just a suit rental or tuxedo rental. Gail's got everything there that you can do that, and so you can try it on in person, but you can also, of course, buy not just suits. They've got Razorback Hawaiian shirts. They've got just golf shirts. They've got everything, and it's 50 years in business. He's not a slappy. If someone's been in business for 50 years, he watched his dad grow up and do it, and then he's taken over and has done a fantastic job. And luckily, this suit is sister approved. As of all my suits, I always check in with the wife of the wedding and say, hey, is this okay to wear? Always get a thumbs up thanks to my friend Gail at Rainwaters. Rainwaters, men's clothing and tuxedo rental, because it's fun to look good. All right, more on your SEC update when we return in just a bit.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Great to be on here with you guys. I think you guys do awesome work, and I really enjoy listening to you.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swart Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swart Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swart Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swart Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
The dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
But except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC has got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
So Matt Jones does radio in Kentucky. Not our Matt Jones, not the Matt Jones that works for Arkansas, the Democrat Gazette, and Whole Hog Sports. This Matt Jones had plenty to say about the environment in Ole Miss.
The home field advantage at Ole Miss is not that great, especially for a noon game, okay? They roll out noon game. That's 11 a.m. local time.
Correct.
That's another thing people forget. So it's not even lunchtime yet. They are a late arriving crowd. It's a small stadium. It doesn't really get that loud.
He keeps going on and on for a little bit, talking about Vaught Hemingway, where Arkansas unfortunately lost 27-20, but you've won there before. Tommy, I wondered your thought process. Where does Arkansas rank college football wise? Like when you have opposing, we've heard what Greg McElroy said. We heard what Mike Leach has said about.
We remember what everyone says. We don't remember what everyone hasn't said. Arkansas has a good environment when you're winning, and it's good, or you're fired up about the opponent, like we saw with Texas a few years ago. It was a good atmosphere against UAB, but it wasn't a crowd on the edge of their seat at a fevered pitch. They were actually, kind of aghast, but a little bit silent early.
the Sam Pittman era. Only done one time since this rivalry was renewed back in AT&T Stadium in 2014. Is the bigger game Tennessee College game day next weekend at night, or is it that Texas game you're holding on to? If you could only get that, I think a lot of fans immediately just go Texas, but is that really the bigger game? It's not. And you might think it is because it's Texas, but it's not the bigger game. The bigger game is next weekend with the chance to beat a team and not.
We haven't earned the right to look past a conference opponent.
Or much less Texas A&M.
Much less A&M.
Who beat you 9 times in a row.
Who kicked your horse for more than a decade.
If Jimbo, Kevin Sumlin, and who's the last one? Yeah, Jimbo and Kevin Sumlin. If
Fisher's not walking through that door, folks.
If they wanted to say, he was at the touchdown club earlier. If they wanted to say, if we played Arkansas 9 more times this season, they could say that because they did.
Yeah.
But Hugh Freeze, by the way, doesn't have a good record against Arkansas.
Again, we're getting cart in front of horse. You got to beat A&M this week for that game to really have the sizzle. But the conversation began with a comparison with Matt Jones there in Kentucky about Vaught Hemingway. I don't think you have to have 105,000 to be the largest facility in our conference to have the best atmosphere. I don't think number of fans always equals best environment.
Okay.
I don't think newest stadium always equals best environment. I think alcohol. No, I'm kidding. I think having a two fan bases, not one, two fan bases, really excited about and really hopeful for the future of their team is what creates that. And Arkansas has not had enough of those moments in the last decade.
That's fair.
Now, we get fired up for Texas. We get fired up for certain opponents. But the question is, can you do it for more than one game?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't beat Tennessee, because Tennessee's going to be a handful. A&M's going to be a handful. Let's not kid ourselves. Get your hands full the next few weeks.
I would be shocked if this game was decided either way by more than a touchdown. Yeah. Absolutely shocked. That's your SEC.
Which game?
The A&M game.
Okay, well,
the Tennessee game,
history says you're right.
The Tennessee game, I could see getting out of hand, unfortunately, on the wrong side, just because they have a bye week this week. I hate that.
I don't think we'll beat them that bad, but we'll see.
There it is.
All right.
There's the homer.
Hey, summer is winding down, and the savings are big right now at Burton Pools and Spas, where owning a pool is more affordable than ever. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools. And the first 10 customers who purchase an Aquacrete pool with premium vinyl finish, here's what you get for free. A hot tub. And I'm going to tell you, with these cool mornings we're starting to get, a hot tub is perfect. Hey, stop by the Burton Pools and Spas location nearest you, Fort Smith, Springdale, and now in Greenland, and online at burtonpools.com.
All right, so we've got our more conversation coming up in just a bit surrounding this game this weekend. And I've done a bad job. I'll take blame for this, JT and Hot Springs. The important game is this weekend. We haven't talked enough Aggies. We'll talk more about them coming up in just a bit. Heard from Taylon Green, heard from some of his teammates and Sam Pittman too. Why has it been this way? Here's the other thing I've figured back out. I say figured back out. I knew this was always the case. But when Arkansas football is good, and the basketball team, people are excited about it, but if they win this weekend, if you beat Texas A&M, no one's talking about the basketball team next week. There won't be one conversation in this state about the basketball team. Not a one. Because football still dominates. It's still the king. It's still the biggest deal. And this is coming from a basketball fan, an Arkansas basketball fan through and through. But it's still the mecca here. And even though you haven't been good, as you brought up the last decade and a half for the most part, when you are, like you could potentially be after you win on Saturday, it's still king. We'll talk more about that coming up in a bit.
You've been telling the folks about Gaston's while I'm gone?
It's been a horrible job. What? I have not, as Clay and Chuck like to say, I have not painted the picture like you do. And I apologize. I'm just a lesser host, a lesser man, a lesser individual.
Hang on, my headphones cut out. What'd you say?
We're going to have to delete this hour.
You got the water effect over there? You got that button nearby?
It's on the wall. It's not
the other one. All right.
Well,
sorry.
Just another failure.
Another failure on Ty's part. Just imagine that rolling water coming off those brooks and those shoals, and hearing the White River just roll by your private cabin. Think about this morning. Did you walk outside and were you greeted with some cool, crisp air after that rain we had last night? And it felt like fall for the first time. Now imagine doing that and your fireplace is going inside at your private cabin at Gaston's, where you can get that fireplace going. Your private kitchen's right there. You can fry up some eggs and some bacon, or you could just head on down to their restaurant. That's one of my favorite things to do, is go to Gaston's and just see if, because they bring you like this big rack of firewood outside the door of your cabin. Always see if I can stay ahead of them. Could I ever get down to where I burned up all the wood before they could reload it? They are undefeated with me. But that's one of my favorite things is going to Gaston's, getting the TV going, watching some college football, and enjoying that fireplace. 80 private cabins and lodges, many with fireplaces, most with private kitchens and or with your own personal kitchen. And they got a great restaurant that can cook all of your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 870-431-5202. If what I'm describing sounds like relaxation to you, head to Gaston's for a great weekend. And we didn't even mention the fishing, which is the star of the show on the White River with one of their expert guides. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. You know what's next. A first-class time. Gotta make up for it. Every time.
That's a foul, Tommy! What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Child's plays. Touchdown. Over 11,000 off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to 7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to 6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Patriot Transport wants to thank their drivers for their hard work and dedication. The local and over-the-road drivers are essential to the Patriot Transport mission. Day in and day out, Patriot Transport drivers are on the road striving for safety and success. To the behind-the-scenes dispatch and office employees, Patriot Transport thanks them as well for the hard work they put in day and night. If you want to be a part of the Patriot Transport family, visit patriottransport.com. Patriot Transport is located in Danville, Arkansas.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Light.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Looking for a healthcare provider that truly listens to you? At Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, their team of nurse practitioners offer personalized healthcare with their in-house labs. Get fast results. Elite Wellness goes beyond just treating symptoms. Their holistic approach addresses the root causes of your well-being. Whether it's preventative care, illness, or exploring natural treatments, your health journey begins with Elite Wellness and Aesthetics. Call 479-242-9355 for your appointment or visit FortSmith Elite.com. Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, getting to know you inside and out.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you stuck in a paper jam of printer prices? Paper cuts from budget cuts? Don't throw in the towel. Call Dixie Digital Imaging and dive into our new and used inventory blowout. We're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Xerox, Brother, and Epson printers and multifunction devices. Gently used or brand new models that are tired of being in our warehouse. Don't miss out on these deals. Call 479-783-6600 for more details. Quantities and availability are limited. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Make sure you have everything you need for the game this weekend by stopping at Four Corks Wine and Spirits. Choose from a wide selection of bourbons and whiskeys, craft beers, and a great selection of the coldest imports in town. Take advantage of the walk-in humidor for an A-list of cigars. Everything you need and more for the games is at Four Corks Wine and Spirits, just past the intersection of Mazard and Zero Street toward Ben Guerin Park. Now on Uber Eats and DoorDash.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you.
They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
You're right on, spot on, and I'm with you, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Attic Lassiter is the fullback. They give it to Russell over the right side. Touchdown, Arkansas. That's too easy with a 250-pound running back. 2 yards to the score.
You want to watch the Morning Rush, Halftime, Even, Ruskin, and Zach? Find our live video stream on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and Twitch. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio.
You were just talking with Richard Davenport about Braylon, who not even a year ago was playing high school football for the Bend Panthers and now is suiting up for the Arkansas Razorbacks. He already referred to Broderick Green, who we remember started his career out west. He started at USC post Pulaski Academy, and that was that's the comparison a lot of people make because Petrino likes big running backs near the goal line.
Yeah, and he's been really effective so far, and they trust him. Sam spoke to that on Monday, and Coach Pitts said, "Hey, you don't put a guy in around the goal line unless you trust him." So that's the good thing is, they have a lot of faith to put him in key situations. Hey, y'all got a sweet tooth? You ready for something maybe cold and delicious right now? How about Andy's Frozen Custards? They're on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. They're in Conway with 2 locations, one on East Oak and the other on Dave Ward, and they're in North Little Rock as well. Hey, whether you're looking to cool off or satisfy that sweet tooth that's got you looking for something sweet, Andy's can do that. And don't forget, they have their Pick 6. You can take that home with you, a mix and match of 6 of your favorite flavors for the perfect game time treat. Swing by Andy's Frozen Custards, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, 2 locations in Conway and also in North Little Rock on JFK. Andy's Frozen Custards, walk up or drive through. They're ready to serve you.
Let's stay on running backs for a sec. You asked about Rashad DeBinion. We really didn't get much of an explanation from Coach Pittman outside of he has been suspended for violation of team rules. That's not just a Pittman thing. Coaches all across the country say that when they want to keep things in-house. Tommy, I thought this was going to be RB2. I think a lot of people thought he was going to be RB1. Jaquita Jackson took that spot. The other thing,
hopefully this gets resolved.
Yeah, the other thing you got to think about with the Matthew Sluka story, for those that don't know, UNLV quarterback has elected not to play the rest of the season. He is going to redshirt this year. Some guys, and to my knowledge, we might have to look this up. I think Dominion's only played in the UAPB game. I don't think he's played in the previous 3. So I guess he has 3 more games that he could technically use and still redshirt. But you'll see some guys, Tommy, and I'm not talking about just here in Fayetteville, but some teams have played 4 games. You'll see some guys who haven't played significant amount of minutes in college football that say, you know what, I'm going to redshirt, and I'm going to look to go somewhere else.
Well, and I just think with this UNLV story, what'd you say his name? Slokas?
Matthew Sluka.
Sluka. I mean, the way you read his tweet and the way you read his social media post is, hey, I was promised X dollars, and they hadn't been delivered. Now, that may not be the truth, but isn't that the implication? Isn't that what's implied with the way he put that out there? That, hey, when you say things like that in today's environment of college football with the NIL, that tells me, hey, I was promised X dollars and I didn't get it. Or am I just trying to be too
you're accurate.
Narrow focused?
You're accurate. It's tough on, I think, Coach Odom.
And we don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We don't know, but we know what he said, and we haven't heard the other side of the story.
So let's bring it back here. If I put out something on social media after the show today and said, hey, I've decided to disavow the morning rush. I will no longer be doing the show.
Oh, you're going to disavow, huh?
No longer be doing the program.
I disavow.
From 9 to 11. And because certain...
And the world rejoiced.
certain requirements weren't met.
All right, Christian, get ready. I'm going to the bullpen, baby.
Tap them up. Then I think
lace them up.
The perception would be that you didn't follow through on something you promised me, which would just, hurt my heart that I would take what you said at your word and then not come through.
It's been nice knowing you.
That is the perception.
Is that all it's going to take?
That is the perception. But you haven't gotten a chance to share your side of the story.
Right.
I could have been drinking on the job. I could have been smoking weed in the break room. There's so many things I could have been doing.
Sharing with his teammates.
And not sharing. And then I could have just because I could have put out that statement, and now the onus is on you to respond, like it is now UNLV and Barry Odom.
He posted an 81 on his handicap, and we know that's a lie. So he can't be trusted.
That would be the most egregious of anything. That'd be the most egregious.
He posted a 79, thing. Folks, and we know that's not true.
Here's the thing about that 87 I shot one day. I had a partner, and 2 other guys that we play with that could actually verify I did that. It was no way cheat, because if I would have said I shot an 87 by myself, all of you would have called me a lying scumbag, and deservedly so. But because I had witnesses to that, you can take them at their word, not necessarily
What'd
me,
you
but
shoot
them.
at Pinnacle the other day?
101.
All right. Brought to you by APAC Arcola. They have immediate openings right now
that was
in
cheap.
Boone, Marion, Baxter, Benton, and Washington counties. If you're looking for a great opportunity with a great company, my brother's worked there for more than 15 years. Opportunities to move up, opportunities for promotion, opportunities to make more money as your career advances with APAC Arcola. Plus, they provide you with insurance, retirement, profit sharing, benefits that you don't find just anywhere else. That's APAC Arcola. Apply online, jobs.crh.com. That's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola is an equal opportunity employer.
So Carl Reed, who does stuff for 24/7 Sports, JT in Hot Springs wanted us to reference his report, and I'm paraphrasing, but apparently that this is from a source that his family hired an agent, and he deserved more market value than he's getting. This next thing I'm about to read on this story.
We're talking about the UNLV quarterback.
Yes, the UNLV quarterback, Matthew Sluka. This is from Pete Thamel of ESPN.com. That Marcus Cromartie of Equity Sports told ESPN that Sluka was verbally promised a minimum of $100,000 from a UNLV assistant coach for transferring there. None of the money was paid per Cromartie. Once Sluka was enrolled there, and again, this is all from Pete Thamel. Once he was enrolled there was no effort by the UNLV's collective to formalize a contract to that amount. Months after Sluka enrolled, and Cromartie made multiple efforts with the staff to address the issue. He said that the school collective came back with a contract of $3,000 per month, which you do 3 times 12. That's $36,000 relative.
I don't even know if it'd be 12 months.
Yeah, for the next 4 months. So that's $88,000 less than what they had verbally promised up front. There's more on that. I don't know if I want to go into the rest of it, but that's a basis from Pete Thamel of ESPN.com. So let me ask you this. If that's true, 877-377-6963. If a kid was promised $100,000 to go to school at UNLV and he was only paid 12, or he's going to only get paid 12 of the $100,000, is that on the kid to stay with that football team, even though, like, where do you stand on
All right,
that?
what's his option now? Now, he can use his red shirt year. He's played, as I understand it, 4 years at Holy Cross, and then started this season at UNLV. Hasn't played his 4 games, going to use his red shirt year, so he'll be a red shirt senior elsewhere. Is that, I mean, maybe he feels like that if his agent's numbers are true,
and that's the key in all this.
If it's a huge word, then maybe he'll go get $100,000. That'll be the ultimate truth serum. But if the school indeed did promise $100,000, and this is why you get things like this in writing.
See.
But if the school promised you $100,000, they should fulfill that promise. If that's indeed the case, so I don't believe anything until I read it twice and see it once.
Okay, so here would be my next question. Let's bring it back to Fayetteville. I'm not going to name a random kid because I don't want to.
You're giving a hypothetical.
Yeah, let's get a hypothetical situation. How would
something that didn't happen?
Yes, I need to be very clear about this. How would I want him to go Arkansas?
Let's talk
SEC
I feel
fan
better
bases.
if you do it
Let's
that
just
way.
talk SEC fan bases because I don't want to
University ABC.
Yes, pick one. I'm going to say LSU because I hate LSU, and this seems like something that would happen in Baton Rouge.
This is a Texas thing here.
Or Texas. Let's just go to Austin. Ryan Wego, Ronnie's little brother, got promised a certain amount, wasn't paid out, decided to transfer. I mean,
who's that on? That's what you're asking.
Yeah, who's that on? Like, I'm taking the kid's side if this is true. Because it's the same equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everyone hates NIL and hates the way things are nowadays. But just bring it back to your own personal life. If your boss promised you a certain amount of money, if you transferred to his company, and that's why you signed with his company, and you got these benefits in this, and it wasn't even a fourth of what you promised, how would that put your family in jeopardy?
Isn't even a fifth.
A fifth. I'm taking the kid's side.
How much is 12,000 of 100,000?
It's a little over 10%. Was that 12%? It took me a sec. It's 12%.
You're exactly right. 12%. I was wondering if you were going to get that.
12%.
Yeah.
I'm taking the kid's side.
If that is the way it played out.
And that's the key in all this. That is what an agent apparently told Pete Thamel of ESPN.com. I told Pete Thamel I'm the best radio host in the country. That doesn't mean diddly squat. Just because you got told.
So you lied to Pete Thamel.
Yeah, I lied to him. Yeah. I mean, just because, again, he's reporting what he's being told. He's doing what an investigative journalist does.
These are the facts he's gathered at this point.
Exactly.
Or these are the statements he's gathered. I don't know if they're facts or not. These are the statements he's gathered at this point. Well, you know what this kid needs? He needs a good attorney. He's got an agent. Now he needs an attorney. So call Kevin Hickey and Brad Hall at the Hickey and Hall Law Partners. Maybe you find yourself in a similar situation. You've been promised X, and they delivered F. Or you've been promised ABC, and they delivered B and S to you. And that's all you got was a bunch of BS. Well, the Hickey and Hall Law Partners are there to help you work through a contract situation. Civil litigation, like this would be a civil matter we're talking about here. Maybe you've, you were so mad you went out and you tied one on, and now you got a criminal matter on your hand. Whatever situation you find yourself in, Brad and Kevin can work with you, walk through it, put their experience to work for you, and they got 4 locations: Mena, Little Rock, Fort Smith, and Northwest Arkansas. So no matter where you're listening between Benton and Bentonville, the Hickey and Hall Law Partners have you covered. 479-434-2414, 434-2414, or kevinhickeylaw.com.
It's been a good show. It's been a good What's Your Beef Wednesday.
According to who?
The people.
Okay. You're out tomorrow, so it's me and the boys. Uncle Tommy and Big C and Colton tomorrow.
I called today's show, or the last 2 shows, Big C and me. So you can call it Big C Big C
we'll
meat
come up
the
with
next 2
something
days
better.
or the next 2 days.
Been a Watch Your Beef Wednesday. Our buddies at Richards Country Meat
Boom.
Market ready for you. 479-443-0000. Be the tailgate hero with Richards Country Meat Market in Fayetteville.
Halftime's
It's a
next.
stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX